think that's too much limoncello for the other limoncello. Like, the ratio is going to be off. You can't do a whole limoncello.
Well, I just did. What am I going to do with it? Here, you pour what you want.
This is really off script.
You can do that. Well, we're changing it up.
I mean, I'm going to have to give you more because you have more of a glass.
No. Where'd you get that limoncello? It's a cute little bottle.
Kathy made it for us. Our little Catholic friend.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already ordered more.
Okay. Okay. So we're moving on to limoncello.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Focus more on the story, friend. Okay.
What was it for?
You were selling the gym, which is
me to sell the gym.
I'm just, and that's fine. This is the platform. However, the story stop. That's why I was like, let's talk about the big. Oh,
yeah,
we're recording.
Yeah.
Hi.
You said people like B-roll.
Talk about that's why I went into my whole iWatch catastrophe that really is now a catastrophe because it came back to me.
Take the hint.
Wait a second.
Take the hint.
Okay. Okay. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Wait a second.
I really don't know because I
do want to hit play to
okay.
make sure it played correctly. So let me hit play from my phone.
Part 2 of part 1.
Not the ad.
It's the easiest way to make time. Let me explain. It's free.
So sorry. That gets a snort because I hate.
I'm going to be done with this.
Let's do this.
You have a whole rest of your can of limoncello.
I don't have any more limoncello.
Stop. I just want to hear us.
You may make money from your podcast.
Oh my gosh! Exactly the same stopping point as our last episode. Is that good juju or bad juju?
It's weird because I did
that
talk
was our
about
most
silver
played
lining too. Okay.
Hello and welcome to Wine and Swellness.
I don't like the
I know.
microphone.
Nope.
I'm Kara.
Okay.
Nope.
Doing something else. I'm gonna go this way. Okay.
So we have a living wall behind us.
Is it?
Thank you to Chris Callahan from Utah.
Okay.
I'm thinking of moving there.
Are you what?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Can we start the episode first?
I need.
Episode.
I have 4 kids, and I need somebody else in the marriage. Can we bring somebody else in? I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I just can't get everywhere I need to be with all of the kids. Like, I was just thinking, like, maybe if we moved to Utah, there would be like some that I could see how that would be wonderful.
Like real limoncello.
It is real limoncello. Like, yeah.
Oh, mine's really watered down. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Hang on. So what?
We're gonna talk about limoncello. I'm just so excited.
We're gonna requote me from season 1. Okay, you ready?
I don't remember what you said in season 1.
Oh well, this will be fun.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you ready? Ready. Okay. Hi there. We just could not get everything done in one episode. So episode 2, season 2, on a Friday.
It's our new recording day though.
It's our new recording day, and we're kind of excited about that change. And we are not drinking red wine. So, Erin, tell us a little bit about what we are drinking currently.
So, currently we're drinking LaCroix limoncello, which is my favorite thing in the world, plus homemade limoncello. So, I really don't know how you make homemade limoncello, but...
We don't need to know.
How would you... Kara.
Well, oh, gosh. No, don't... I don't know.
How would you describe limoncello?
Oh, well, according to season 1, I said that the first time I had limoncello, it was like bliss.
Okay, so the first time I had limoncello was actually, this is a funny story, during COVID. And so I made a video.
COVID shutdown.
Yeah, shut down COVID, like way shut down. Are we still in? I don't know. So I made a video because limoncello came out, and like Allie and Curly are my employees, and they were all like bubble water like freaks, right?
Fiends.
Queens?
Fiends.
Queens. And
it's all about perspective.
And so, like, I wanted, like, we wanted to experience it together, but we couldn't. So we had to adapt and pivot. We're in COVID. So I made this video, and I like, literally, the video, like, and I took a sip of it, and I was just like, oh my God.
I mean, it is amazing.
It really
the first
is.
time you have it, you're like,
it really is. And like, Carly,
your breath stops, the whole thing happens.
Screenshot me, and like, my eyes are like rolled back in my head. And she's like,
so,
like, bliss.
Yeah,
Talk about
like
bliss. Talk about
so
bliss.
I said bliss because the first time you drink it, now we.
No, wait,
This
okay,
is
wait,
kind
wait.
of like a spiked limoncello.
Yeah. I mean, just limoncello straight is fantastic.
Oh, it's amazing.
It tastes like lemon and cotton candy had an orgasm.
I was gonna say they met at a party.
At first, I was like,
I'm keeping it G-rated.
At first I was like, it tastes like lemon, and like lemon pound cake from Starbucks, and cotton candy had a baby. But then I was like, oh no, it tastes better than that. It tastes better than that.
Wait a minute. It's bliss.
It's bliss.
Let's just leave it there.
It's bliss. It's bliss.
So, changing up some things here on Wine and SWELLness.
Needle throwing thread. No.
Beginning with doe, a deer, a female deer. Okay, honestly, we literally had 2 glasses of wine, and now we're on to like barely spiked limoncello. But anyway, we were talking about Swell because we changed our name to Wine and SWELLness, which you're right, it should have been Wine and SWELLness the whole time. But kind of like how life is, the light bulbs don't always come on right when you think they should, but they come on when they need to. Like, ping, there it is. So there you were in COVID shutdown, lockdown in the spring of 2020.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that seems like a decade ago.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I don't
seem like
even
it
know
happened.
why. And we've been talking about this a lot lately. How people, at least in my little world, seem to be just in this, like, I don't want to say stuck position, but there's just this. I don't even know what to say.
Are you saying it's a pattern that you're noticing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's the whole thing with Swell, was I was just noticing patterns at the gym.
Yeah.
And how workouts mimicked life, and how people were changing their lives by working out. And it was just like mind-blowing to me. And so I've never been at this from the physical level. I've always wanted to go deeper. I've always just innately gone deeper. Yeah. And so what was so lovely was to be able to journal and to be able to really create almost like a system out of what I do innately, so we can systemize it, so we can bring it to more people. And that was the goal. Now, really, and actually, the second motivation for me was the government told me I couldn't work, and all of a sudden, like, my livelihood, like everything, my entire life is like like on the line, and I'm like, what do you mean I can't work because I work with people?
Well, so many people do work with, and that was a game changer. Yeah,
we had to adapt and pivot, and the people who are willing to adapt and pivot, they went through this with flying colors and got results. And the 25% of our clients that were unwilling to adapt and pivot, unwilling to change, unwilling to do virtuals, are the people that never get results anyways, because they're unwilling to change their life. They're unwilling to go with the tide. So I know that sounds harsh, but it's just the truth. So anyways, the second
truth hurts, ladies and gentlemen. The truth hurts.
Only if you allow it to hurt you.
We haven't gotten to the last part of Swell, which is love.
It's all love.
It's all love. From love.
So what I'm trying to say is
work.
I also wanted to find something else to do. I also wanted to like create something that maybe I couldn't get shut down by the government. Like everyone's trying to adapt and pivot. Well, what else can I do, right?
In essence, teaching wasn't shut down by the government. We carried on.
Did we? Oh, well, yeah, you're essential. I mean, you would think we would be essential, but that's okay. So, and I think that actually COVID was really wonderful for showing people that, you're not gonna, it's not that you don't have time, it's just, it's not a priority. It's not that you don't.
Except for at the same time, I think COVID showed people that it should be a priority. I mean, and I don't like to live in the woulda, coulda, shouldas.
I don't like to should yourself.
However, living in a pandemic, I think if there's one thing that people maybe could take away is that your health is so important. What?
I'm sorry.
You're a little fizzy. She just
I didn't know
poured more
if that
of
was
her
too
limoncello,
loud.
the fizzy bubbly drink.
Yes, your health is important.
And that's the number one.
Or you can live in fear, or you can adapt and pivot and try something else. So,
and find what works.
So the whole thing about Swell, sit, work, eat, live, and love is what we really do at the gym. The reason why you're not in the body that you want really has little to do with the fact that you haven't found the perfect workout or the perfect diet, because diets and workout haven't changed in the million years that we've been on this planet.
Yeah.
Okay?
Because isn't it kind of sciencey?
Yeah. It's whole foods. Okay? It's resistance training, endurance, stamina, durability, work capacity, range of motion. You have to have all of those. You can't just go, well, I went for a walk today and that was my workout, or I did yoga and that was my workout, or I went for a run and that was my workout. You need to have all of them. And the problem is we're created to survive. So innately, like you're going to talk yourself out of going into an overload any day, every single day. That's why every single one of my clients has home gyms. You got to get out of your environment. You got to get out of a place where you have other priorities.
I have a home gym.
Oh yeah, so do I. You're one of my clients.
Right.
I mean, and it's great in a pandemic, or it's great in a blizzard.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really nice to have a home gym.
You can't leave your house.
When you have it,
yeah.
Everyone has a Peloton. I have a Peloton, and it was great during the pandemic. It's not the answer. The reason why you're not fit is not because you don't have an iWatch. It could be because you haven't lost it. It could be because you haven't lost your iWatch before.
Right. Lose it 6 times and figure out where your loyalties. I actually was hoping not to find it.
But then you went looking for it.
Well, at the end of the day, I had to go to my car. And there it was at my car in the parking lot, alone.
It was in the grass by the car that you looked for.
Yes. Well, I mean, because I knew it might be there.
So maybe it was just that you didn't need it for that day. Like you needed it little, whatever.
You know what? I'm going to do a challenge. No Apple Watch for a certain amount of time.
I don't have one.
Mm-hmm. Now, what I do like about it for my work, both in the gym and other places, is it's a great timer. Mm-hmm. And it tracks my steps. Those are probably my 2 favorite parts about the Apple iWatch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everything else, I don't really need. Yeah. Yeah. So, moving on.
Yes, work.
So when it comes to work and what we really do, of course we personalize everything, right?
It's the
X factor.
So instead of WORK, our listeners need to understand that it's WOR capital X, emphasizing the X.
But we pronounce it the workout.
Correct.
And if you know, you know. So it's not the works out, it's not the work X out, it's not the workout X. Think of the X as a symbol. Like I like to say, like the Illuminati. We're kind of like on that level. And you would know a lot about that knowing history.
That's a conspiracy.
Oh, no, it's real. Like the skull and bones, Illuminati.
I know.
They're all left-handed.
Really? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. That's a whole nother episode.
That's season 3, conspiracy theories.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Okay, but we gotta get through Swell. Okay, so WORX.
So the X is really like the unknown in a math problem, right? So an unknown represents infinite possibilities, and that's what our lives are. We say live your X life. There's all possibilities are available for you. All possibilities are available for you. We are taught to live our lives at 80%, keep that 20% dangling in front of us as motivation to get more, and everybody's afraid of actually having an empty cup. And the problem is you're not the contents, you're the cup. So an empty cup is like full of possibilities. Okay?
So when you realize you're the cup, is that when you've maybe reached...
There's no achievement, we're not reaching it. We're just becoming more conscious because it sucks to be the cup. It sucks to be conscious. It sucks to be an empty cup. And it hurts. But the problem is we're taught that we shouldn't be feeling hurt. Like we're taught that we should like stuff our food with alcohol and drinks so we feel better. Because we're not taught stress management tools, which was last episode. So if you missed that, go back. So in the workout, I've always approached workouts, not from the physical level, but because I know how important you are to the world, and we create superheroes. So you need to be able to get down and up off the ground, move laterally, cross the midline, have balance, coordination, and core. We do all of that before we even move on to endurance, strength, and power. That is the base of all movement. That is I've fallen and I can't get up at 80. That's, oh my gosh, you wake up and what happened to me? I can't get out of bed without pain. You haven't been practicing. You haven't been practicing getting up and down off the ground. You haven't been practicing doing all that stuff. And I hear all the time.
Sounds like a Turkish get-up to me.
Yes, or a burpee. It's so functional. So, I mean, I hear all the time from like these 6-year-olds.
Really functional?
Yes. So when you
separate episode.
Yes, when you get all these 60-year-olds like, well, when I was 18, I played football. I'm like, but you haven't done anything between. Like, you can't expect.
Yeah, what you do between 18
expect.
and 60.
And the problem is, it's like compound interest. So in shape or out of shape, it happens so slowly that one day you wake up, you go, oh my gosh, what happened? You know what happened?
Yeah.
And so we are really, really like, we drive in core coordination, balance, flexibility, posture. Then we go to strength, power, endurance if you need it, if it has to do with your goals, okay?
Yeah.
So that's work. We're creating superheroes. Now, when you realize you're important to the world, you never miss a workout.
Well, and
Never.
your whole vibration changes.
Yeah, when you want to lose 20 pounds, you know what? It's summer. I just want to have fun this summer. I'm going to do it in the fall. Well, you know what? The holidays are coming. Like, it's always outside of you. It's something you can put off.
Sure, it is.
First of all, have you ever seen an overweight superhero? Secondly, superheroes have to take care of themselves because they are so important to the world.
What about the what was the movie?
I guess I don't know that many superheroes.
Bolt? Or no, not Bolt.
That's the dog.
The Incredibles. Didn't buy...
Well, he got out of shape because he forgot who he was, because he was defined by everything else around him and not him. But his wife wasn't.
She was all good to go.
She was stretchy.
Super stretchy.
So that's the work part. So that's the work part.
Yeah.
SWE. We don't do any fads, and that drives people crazy because we don't have like a ton of rules around it.
Because we like to eat.
Yeah, if you eat fruit specials, meats, and eggs, you're good to go. And the one thing I say, I'll say that to somebody, and they'll go, "What do I eat? What do I eat?
Fruits, vegetables,
like so I can have
meats and eggs.
So I can have like beans, right? No.
Nope.
So I can have, and I'm not saying no. I'm just saying that needs to be 75% of your diet. When that's 75% of your diet, you don't have to track. You don't have. It's the most sustainable thing in the world. And when you don't have a lot of rules around things, then people can't blame it. They can't blame it because, well, that didn't work for me because of this. That didn't work for me because of this. And they're looking for something to blame.
Now,
they're looking for
here's the other thing, is it's almost kind of better for your budget, because if you were to eat seasonally, and you eat the fresh foods that are seasonally available, you're getting a better bang for your buck when you go to the market.
And that's a really good point, Kara, because people don't realize, too, they're looking for the one diet.
Right. And they're willing to pay whatever for it when they could just go get what is in season. We are in September. It's Indiana,
apples,
where we're from. So, and there are actual, like, charts that you can follow.
Right.
Even cookbooks. My favorite new cookbook is Eat by Season. So the recipes are based on seasonal fruits and vegetables.
And that's something that we talk to our clients about too. Like, okay, in the summer, actually with more vitamin D and more sunlight, you metabolize carbs better.
Right.
In the winter, it should be more fat and protein. Like your diet needs to change with the seasons.
Yes.
And you actually would feel better. But everyone wants that one thing that's going to work for them. And they want those rules around it, but then they don't actually want to do it.
And they'll start out doing it, and then they'll realize after day 3 or week 3 or whatever, gosh, I really just want a little bit of variety. And if you actually just kind of eat
innately,
if you eat intuitively, if you eat with the seasons, you get that variety, you get the nutrients that your body needs. Because sometimes when you're on those programs, this many calories, where you can't eat carbs, or don't eat carbs after 6 p.m. or but
and it doesn't work at 8 a.m.
I don't know what you're doing
in your life.
No, it complicates. So, honestly, personally speaking, eating in season is actually really helpful planning, because I meal plan for my family. I'm a teacher, so I pack my lunch because I'm kind of afraid of the high school cafeteria for social reasons. It just seems big and complicated. So I just pack my lunch. So it's literally fruits, hard-boiled eggs, and vegetables. This is my lunch. And it's so easy.
It is. It really is, and it's really interesting how...
Now, having said that, I wish that white peaches would be in season all year. I'm just going to let you know that.
Well, maybe we can move to wherever they are.
Maybe. What if we moved with the seasons? So eating shouldn't be as complicated as what people make it out to be. And what happens is you end up using and abusing the food.
Well, that's the problem, is we have all these limiting beliefs around food, and we've been taught to, if you're sad, you should eat, because you shouldn't feel sadness. You know, if you're happy, you should go celebrate. If you want to connect with someone, you need to go eat something.
Yeah.
And you need to talk about the food. And when you go on vacation, food doesn't count.
Like,
and then you go to Mexico and it's like gluttonous, all you can eat, all you can drink, because that's happiness and that's fun. And we totally miss the human connection. We totally miss the part of food, the food that's fuel. Like, we enjoy food.
Yeah.
But at the same time, every time I'm out in public, I mean, somebody's always like, oh my God, I didn't know you ate bread. I'm like, yes, like everything's good. There's nothing good or bad.
And
I just eat
be
mostly
off the table unless you have an
eggs.
allergy, or obviously it's like a health condition. But at some point, when you put those limitations around food, it's almost as if then there are other limitations in your life. Well, I can't go to that restaurant because blah, blah, blah. Or I can't go to so-and-so's event because of, well, they're serving such and such.
Right.
So, and when you do that, and I understand people have allergies, and that's a whole other thing. But at the same time, when you limit yourself in one area, it has a ripple effect.
Yeah.
So that's where I think that the next part of Swell, live, if you're living in that limited whatever, like, oh, I can't eat carbs, or I can never eat, you know,
those
blah,
are
blah,
beliefs.
Blah. Yes, but those carry into the everyday.
Stop with your watch.
I'm timing.
This is exactly why I told you to get off your watch.
It's the timer.
What are you timing? There's a timer on there.
Yeah, but
I can see it.
You see it. I hear the vibration from my watch to let me know that I have to sit and think how many more minutes are left on our episode.
This is what happens when you go eat with people and they have an iWatch,
beliefs.
And you're talking to them and they keep looking at their watch.
Because
and then now we're not
would
connected.
People really listen to us for 8 hours? Clearly, I'm a priority.
No, I'm not a priority because you keep checking your watch.
Because our audience is the priority. They're not going to listen to us for 8 hours, potentially. No.
We could do an 8-hour episode. Break it up in pieces, okay?
Well, we're already in episode 2, which is really part of episode 1. So
and another reason why fitness doesn't work or gyms don't work, or the reason why we are all obese. If you look at 1920 to present day and you look at the obesity line, it goes like this. And if you go 1920 to present day and you look at the obesity line, it's the same. Or you look at the gym membership line, same line.
Same thing.
Same line, right over each other. Yeah, so we all have access.
We all love data.
We can Google. There's amounts of information out there, and it's not because you don't have the right information. It's because you're not actually doing the work. And you're not managing your stress.
Do you think we were better off before Google? When we didn't have to Google everything?
No, I mean, I use that every day. So the other reason is you're not managing the other 23 hours of the day. And all the little things, your non-negotiables. Hi. That,
standing. Same height.
Yeah,
I'm the same height standing as I was sitting. It's a little warm in
But
here.
You're not managing the other 23 hours of your day. You're not getting your non-exercise activity thermogenesis in, which everyone thinks is working.
Could you say that a little slower for us?
Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That's your 10,000 steps. So when someone comes to me and they're like, hey, I say, what do you do for your workouts? They're like, oh, I got my 10,000 steps. I'm like, well, okay, so what do you do to work out? Because that's just not being lazy. You need like a purposeful workout is different. Your sleep-wake cycle, your chewing your food, your poop is huge
let's not talk about pee and poop.
We won't on
this episode.
I know, we won't on here.
But
in your circadian rhythms, your sunlight.
I think sleep's the biggest thing. I think we live in a huge sleep deprived.
Well, everyone's taking their phones to bed. Nobody has good sleep hygiene. Yeah, I don't either. I read to my kids.
It gets put away at like 8, 8:30.
No, we do no TV. We do after dinner. There's no TV. There's no phones.
I'll discuss the TV at my house.
Well, but we have rituals. Tea rituals.
Well, and there's something to be said because that's part of that sit, right? So, like, you can't, I find stillness in different ways. So, yes, there's meditation. And yes, there's prayer for some people. And yes, there's a time to just disconnect. Disconnect from social media and the news and TV. To me, that's part of the sit. If you can engage yourself in non-digital activities, but thank you, listeners, for listening to our podcast.
Just put it on your ears. Just don't watch it with your eyes, because it's the whole blue light thing. But
although
and you're right. It's like sit and live. Like there are a lot that they intertwine, especially when we go to like a lot of different aspects. And I think one of the biggest stories that I want to share that actually I just thought of. when Carly and I were in Key West during my sabbatical, and Carly is really good at sitting in joy. We just sat in joy of everything. I mean, we sat in joy of the sunrise, of the... we had this guy, Alexander, who brought us breakfast.
Carly.
Brought us breakfast every single morning. And
I didn't
it
know
was
this
just...
part.
Oh, yeah, Alexander. Isn't that interesting? Because that's her cat's name. And we were there for 8 days, and he like never took a day off. I mean, it was just fantastic. And like I don't. You saw our picture. I mean, we ordered like everything on the menu, but we don't really eat all of it. I just like to order stuff and like take a bite. Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, I know, it's really fun. So, but I don't, like, nothing's off limits. Nothing's good or bad. I just wanted a bite of it. I don't feel like I have to eat the whole thing. I mean,
A taste is
a taste is a taste. I mean, like, and then like coffee and latte.
And that's part of living, though, right?
And,
like experiencing things.
So,
like,
and then
order the whole menu. Just
then we would walk.
It
was like a mile to the gym. Like this. It is called Old Town Fitness. Like no air conditioning, rusty meathead gym. And then, I mean, we had every single thing that happened just kept getting better and better and better and better and better. Like we went to Louis' backyard and had like this called this lobster pot. They don't even try to pretend it's soup. It's lobster and black truffle butter that you get with bread. And we went twice one night, and then like we're like, listen, we don't want dinner. Can we just have another one of those? I mean, it was just,
So it's supposed to be a soup,
Terry
but it's not really.
Oh, no. I don't know what it is, but Terry, like the bartender,
butter.
knows by name. We had, I mean, everything. There was this lady that gave us this water, and she had like the best laugh. I mean, we're sitting in joy this whole time, and then halfway through the week, Kara's texting me like,
that's me.
25 texts.
I did not
Do you understand
text you 25 times.
What's happening at the White House? Do you know what's... I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
And Carly's getting texts, and we're like,
Since January 6th,
like
2021.
we didn't even we didn't even turn
They
TV
had
on.
no idea as
didn't watch
I
TV.
watched
We sat in
the
joy.
Capitol
We sat in joy. We came back.
situation.
That situation was completely over, and it didn't affect any of us. Like, you went through a whole emotional thing.
It teach U.S. history. It's kind of an ordeal.
It didn't affect us because
kind of an
we
ordeal.
didn't watch the news. I mean, we didn't watch TV. And we sat in joy, and then it was over, and then it had no effect. So, okay. So, anyways, let's live. Let's go to love, because we only have 3 minutes left. So, love is the most important part. Okay? Literally, love. If you want to talk about intention and the intention that you're putting into anything, our goal is to fill people up so much they can't help but give. Oh, we have 7 minutes left. I'm sorry. I was trying to go faster because I started this earlier. Okay, I can slow down.
Breathe.
Thank you.
I
So,
just want to point out that had not happened in the nation's capital at any time. It was kind of...
I think it did happen, like, way back in the revolutionary times. They, like, overtook. I mean, I saw that in Hamilton, right?
You know what? We're going to save U.S. history for another time.
Okay. I'm just saying it
The
didn't...
United States Capitol was
Everyone
not Washington,
got all
D.C.
upset.
during the American Revolutionary War.
Everyone got all upset.
Yes.
But yet, there was nothing they could do about it, and it didn't affect them, and then it was over. But yet, your body and your brain, it went through this whole emotional experience.
Because I'm an American. Anyway, love. I love my country. So, love.
And I think a lot of us could relate to justifying things. So you, in your head, a lot of people justify, right? Well, I should stay in this job that I absolutely hate, and I hate everybody in it because it has a 401k. You know what? I can eat because I worked out. Okay, this is good, this is bad. You know what? I'm going to eat better tomorrow, so I'm just going to do whatever. So everyone's justifying things. I should stay. I should keep this person in my life because they might do something for me. I can, and sometimes you have like a heart-brain disconnect. Kind of like when you justify, you're like, okay, so I've checked all the boxes. So I've gotten married. I've gone to college. I have the kids. I have the vacation home. I have the house. I have this life that other people would absolutely love. And sometimes your heart goes, there's more. And most people don't have the balls to ask, like, is this it? Because if they do, someone will look at you and go, ugh, people would love to have your life. You should be grateful. And it's not that you're not grateful. It's literally that you stopped growing. Okay, and that's your soul. So then you go back to your head and you go, well, wait a minute, I could justify this. And did you know that I gave somebody a gift and they didn't give me a thank you card? Like everyone's keeping track. Oh, look at all the things I did for you. Look at all the things I did for that person. Look at all the things I do for my kids. Look at all the things. Everyone's keeping track. And they act like it's some sort of math problem. And it's not.
So are you saying that
there's
a lot
human involved?
People
okay?
are not happy? Because they don't live
Happiness
in love.
is
They
a
live in
destination of achievement and accolades. So I think that sitting in joy, people have forgotten to sit in joy.
I
Now,
like that so much.
yeah.
And
I have been so lucky to have gone through this. I've been so absolutely lucky to have gone through a lot, but to gone through something where I felt like a terrible mother, and I would say, hey, I feel like a terrible mother, and then people around me would go, well, no, you're not, because of this and this and this and this and this, and I would say, but I feel like one. You know, like, I'm not stupid.
And your feelings...
I'm not stupid, right?
You didn't feel like your feelings were...
I was discounted.
Yeah.
And that's fine, and it was out of love. I mean, it wasn't trying to discount me. It was like, no, you shouldn't feel that way. You should feel this way. And what happens is then you stop talking about it. Okay?
Well,
and then you just start feeling that way, and then you start, well, maybe I should just justify things, or maybe I should feel this way. I already know. And you're starting this should cycle and this guilt cycle, and you're not honoring your soul. And nobody knows what to do because nobody's talking about it, because everybody is comparing and everyone is telling you where you should be and how you should feel.
Because we live in a society of judgment, like you said.
Yeah. And when your heart has an electromagnetic field 6 feet outside your body, okay, it can be measured. We are always giving to the universe, no matter what. We're always giving to the universe. It's science. They've proved that prayer works, which is amazing, and that's a whole nother episode. So once you realize how powerful you are and how much you give to the universe, oh my gosh, right in the middle of it.
Go on. Go on.
I know, now I'm trying to remember. Once you know how powerful you are, like,
yeah, there's
it's absolutely amazing, and that's why this is so important, to do everything from love, to take care of yourself because you love your family and you don't want to be a burden and you want to be an asset, because you love your community, because you love America, because you love all this stuff, right? You have to take care of you. Like, take care of you. Love yourself first, because you could only exhale as much as you inhale. I mean, there's so much more into love. I mean, and there's so much more into sitting into joy, and so much more into energy. Like, what energetically, what are your 10s? Like, let's live in those. And people want to connect over suffering. They want to connect.
Gosh.
And so, and it's just
episode,
out of love. And like, people, like parents giving you the fear, like, it's out of love because they love you and they don't want something bad to happen.
If you don't do this, we won't do this. If you do this, we will do this. Well, and consider where we are as a society.
Yeah.
Living in fear.
When do I deserve love? Am I worthy of love? Nobody feels worthy until they have accomplished something, achieved something. And the world would be amazing if we just all loved ourselves more, if we all took care of ourselves and we came into relationships whole and not needing something. But everything that your partner does to you that is out of love is just like gravy.
Well, and take the time to recognize the daily joy. You woke up today and you breathed. You got up. You moved. So as we continue on through season 2, we will be coming back to Swell, Sit, Work, Eat, Live, Love. And we hope you will be with us. We enjoy... Well, we enjoy each other, but we enjoy sharing what we feel very strongly about. And so we hope that you will join us next week, potentially in an hour. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know.
We don't have any wine left.
Well, okay, yeah, so never mind. Anyway, tune in. Season 2 is underway. We love you.
Love you.
Sit, work, eat, live, love.